my boy at? Squish, where are you? Oh, you're right there. It's such a pleasure to see you, and it's such a pleasure to be here. My name's Andrew. Welcome to Where's My Boy At? I'm really not the star. Squish is the star. Is that true, Squish? Yeah, of course I am. Of course I'm the star. I'm the most important person you've ever met. Okay. You're maybe not the most important person I've ever met, but you're pretty important. Well, welcome. We're going to read some stories. We're going to talk a little bit about these stories. We hope you enjoy it. We're starting today with an absolute classic. It's the Book of Muppet Stories. I grew up with the Muppets, loving the Muppets, and really, really wanted my daughter to also enjoy the Muppets. Now, of course, some of the Muppet movies are so old-timey that they don't really speak to younger people. But the stories, they're classics. Classics. Squish, are you ready for a story? Yeah, I am. I'm really ready for a story. Can you just start reading that, please? Yeah, sure. Sorry, I apologize. I'm not as fast as you are, especially with how fast you talk. I'm going to start with the Great Dress Disaster. Of course, Miss Piggy is the queen. The Great Dress Disaster. Mirror, mirror on the wall, moi is the fairest of them all, said Miss Piggy. She was very excited, for tonight her favorite frog was taking her to a fancy ball. Piggy went to the closet. Hanging there in all its glory was the most beautiful satin gown, the one she had been saving just for this occasion. Piggy stood in front of the mirror and held up the dress. I really am fantastic, aren't I, mirror? She laughed. Suddenly Piggy's smile turned to a frown. There, right smack in the front of the dress, was a teeny little black spot. Oh, this will never do, she said firmly. Into the kitchen she marched. She grabbed a sponge and dabbed at the spot. Oh, no, she said, looking down at the dress in dismay. The little spot had spread out and formed a blotch. This will not ruin my evening, she said determinedly. I will get this fixed in plenty of time. Piggy hurried to the laundry room, tossed the dress into the washing machine, added some soap, and turned it on. There, she said with satisfaction. That will do it. While the dress washed, Piggy took a shower. But as she was drying her hair, she heard a loud noise. Ker-chunk, 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 it went. It was coming from the washing machine. Eek! Screamed Piggy, running to the laundry room. As soon as she got there, she realized what had happened. She had set the controls for super scrubber instead of gentle. She grabbed the dress out of the washing machine. Piggy looked at her watch. Yikes, she said. Gurmy will be here any minute. She tossed the dress into the dryer and raced to the attic to find her sewing kit. Frantically, Piggy searched through one box after another in the dusty old attic. Finally, she found her thread. The bell for the dryer rang and Piggy ran downstairs. She pulled the dress out of the dryer and put it on to see how bad the damage was. It was pretty bad. It was ripped on the left sleeve, it had a hole in the side seam, and the hem was coming down. In fact, the whole thing was frayed and tattered. And what was more, when she looked in the mirror, she discovered that her face was covered with dust from the attic. Mirror, mirror on the wall, she screeched. This is not a fairy tale at all. It is a horror movie. Ding dong. Oh, good grief, who could that be? Bothering her when she was in such a state? Piggy sprinted for the door. It was Kermit. Piggy was so frantic she'd forgotten it was time for him to pick her up. Ope, she said. Hi. She wished she were invisible. Hi, Piggy, said Kermit. You look great. I knew you would think of a wonderful outfit for the costume ball. Piggy stared at Kermit. He was wearing a red cape and a shiny gold crown. A costume ball? Said Piggy. Of course a costume ball. I thought my Frog Prince costume would be the best costume of all. But I have to hand it to you. That's one terrific outfit. But Piggy, what are you? Me? Why, I am, Cinderella. That's it. I'm Cinderella after the ball. My coach is a pumpkin again. I'm all in ashes and I'm wishing my prince would come, and here you are. Here I am, said Kermit. Now let's go to the costume ball and dance and have a good time and live happily ever after. And they did. Squish, what do you think about that story? Well, I like it. it did make me think of a few things, though. Can we talk about a few things? Do you have time to talk about a few things? Yeah, Squish, I have time to talk about a few things. What exactly did you want to talk about? Well, first I wanted to talk about repetition. They say kerchunk, kerchunk, kerchunk. I don't know what kerchunk means, but I do know that I really like repeating words. And so I asked some of my friends if they would repeat some words to see if it was fun. So I'd like to share that with you.
Dragon, 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 dragon. Dragon, 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 dragon.
Let me show you how it's done. Banana, 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 banana,
Princess, 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 princess. Princess, 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 princess.
Oh, that's delightful. I'm so glad that you asked those questions and that they repeated all of those things. It is funny, right? You lose track of how a word sounds when you say it that much. It's no longer a word anymore, really. You could do it with pretty much anything. I would encourage everyone to just choose a word right now and just say it until the word kind of explodes into nothingness. It's kind of one of the fun things about language. But what else were you thinking about, Squish? You said that there were a few things that you were thinking about. I was also thinking about costume balls and how much I really love them. I never get invited to them, but I imagine if I did get invited to one, I'd really enjoy it. And if I did, I would want to dress up really nice. I would wear something. But what costume? That's the real question, isn't it? You got to decide a costume, right? Yes, I mean, you would have to decide a costume, otherwise it wouldn't be much of a costume ball. But why are you talking about this? Well, I asked my friends again what they would wear to a costume ball, and I thought you would like the answers. Okay, so what are you gonna wear this big fancy ball, and you have to dress up for it? So what are you gonna wear?
I'm gonna wear a mermaid fin and a crown.
That's pretty amazing. I mean, you are a queen. But mermaid fin, that's interesting because look who else is going to answer. What are you going to wear?
I'm going to wear a dress because I already dressed up for a ball.
Oh, well that sounds fantastic. Do you know what I'm going to wear? The same thing I always wear. My sleeveless tuxedo.
Those are great answers. I really love those answers. You've got some smart friends there. I really appreciate that. Well, you know, I had a question too. It was, if you went to an actual ball, what would you want to wear? You know, I dress pretty much the exact same way every single day. Some people like to get a little bit fancier. I'm not one of those people. But I wonder what your friends would say if you asked them that.
All right, what do you think the best costume would be?
A vampire, because in the summer it's so hot, so I would like to tan the shade.
Hey, that totally makes sense. I like it. Well, how about you, though? What do you think the best costume would be?
Mine is a ghost, because sometimes ghosts are made out of silk, and that's nice, because then I don't have to be covered, so I get hotter.
Those are terrific answers.
And that I can fly in it, and that makes me have more air.
Oh, sweet. Hey, thanks, you two.
Squish, I just want to say thank you for sharing all of that. And also, I want to give you a compliment as one of the people I've spent the most time with over the last many years. I don't think I've ever seen you dress that nicely. If I was having a fancy ball or costume ball, I would invite you in a second. And I know how you like compliments, so, let me give you one more. The vest matches perfectly with the Patrick Swayze sleeveless tuxedo. Squish, it's a bit peculiar. Normally, you never let me talk this much. What's going on? Ah! What happened to your head? It's off of your body. What in the world happened to your head? Oh, it just popped off. Sometimes it just pops off. I got a squishy head. Sometimes it just falls off my body. It's no big deal. I'm fine. It's totally cool. But anyway, yeah, thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it. My vest is very nice. My sleeveless tuxedo, unparalleled. No one, unless they've got real hair, is going to outshine me at a ball. All right, modest too you are. I appreciate that. Squish, it's been an honor and a pleasure. And to everyone who's joined, thank you for taking the time to join us on Where's My Boy At? Belle, an absolute honor and a pleasure to have you here. We're so happy that you're here. Always a delight. Hopefully you haven't seen that boorish Gaston recently. That guy, not my kind of guy. But I have one question for you. What do you think a banana beard looks like?
It looks yellow as colors.
Okay, but like what shape?
A shape of a banana peel.
Oh, well that makes sense. Wait, like a completely empty, banana-less banana peel?
Yeah, with drawings of colors on it.
I mean, it sounds kind of fantastic, but also not very appealing. Do you think I could pull it off? Like if I had that, would that look good?
Yeah, it would.
And this is why we love having you on the show. Belle, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks for joining us.